All right, now we're gonna talk about the title company, how to find a title company. It's very simple, very simple, very simple. It's not hard. It's not scary. Simple, very simple, very simple, very simple. You just gotta be able to talk on the phone and not be scared. What's the worst someone could say? No. So basically, my method of finding a title company, because I do virtual wholesaling, so I can't use the same title person every time. But my method on finding a good title company is going on Bigger Pockets. So let's say if I live in Arkansas and I'm wholesaling in Houston, then I simply just look up good title companies in Houston. Then you're gonna have on the forum people gonna say, I recommend her. Then you simply just type in the name on Google, call it up, look for the agent, boom, straight like that. Now, if you don't find your city on Bigger Pockets and no one says anything about it, I recommend you just call local title companies. Now, some of them do not know what wholesaling is. They will probably say, oh, it's illegal, or oh, you can't do that, or what's that? Don't explain. If they don't know what wholesaling is, just okay. Because, it's easy for someone, a realtor, most realtors, it's easy for them to say that wholesaling is illegal just because they don't know. It's easy to say a lot of things are illegal just because they don't have knowledge for it. Instead of the escrow officer or realtor saying that, oh, I don't know what you're talking about, they'll say, oh, it's illegal. Or that might not be right. That might not be legal because I don't know what it is. Just like that. But you call up a local title company. Then you want to call, if they have someone in office or you find a person on the phone, then you want to basically say, I'm a new wholesaler, or you don't even have to say you're a new wholesaler. I'm a wholesaler. And I'm getting deals in this area, and I would like to use you next time I get a deal on the contract. I would like to use your title company and have you as an escrow officer next time I get a deal on the contract. Simple. She's going to say, okay, thank you. Then, let's say you do get a deal. You can print out that contract. You can literally, like if you're locally, you can go meet the seller, print out a contract, meet the seller, get them to fill it out, go take it to your escrow officer. That's if you're doing it in your backyard. Simple, simple, simple. Now, I'm going to explain how to do it virtually. There is a difference in virtually. I'm going to explain how to do it virtually later, because if you had a gold course, you're going to figure out how to do it virtually. But, yeah, that's just going over title companies. Oh, yeah, title companies would do title companies do. Sorry, I didn't explain that. A title company basically gets the contract, and they just run the records. They make sure that there are no mortgages and liens on the property. They make sure that the person who's selling the house actually owns the house. They just make sure that everything is okay. And one thing I do recommend, another token I'm going to drop, if your seller is ever like, well, I don't trust you, how do I know this is not a scam? You can say, we work with title companies, U.S. certified title companies, and you can call up my escrow officer and she will tell you about what I do. She will tell you about how we did deals before. How did it go? How did we do deals before? How we did deals before? Straight like that. So, I don't think I talked about how to wholesale a deal that has a mortgage or how to wholesale a deal that has a pre-foreclosure, but it's just the same thing. It's the same thing, how the same formula I use for the maximum allowable offer is the same thing. You just deduct how much they still owe on the property. So I'm going to write it up for y'all. I'm going to explain it to y'all again. So you want to take that. Let's say the ARV is $100,000. Investor wants $20,000 in profit. $20,000 in profit. The rehab costs are $25,000. Okay. Then you want a $10,000 wholesale fee. Then they owe $10,000. Let's say this is a pre-foreclosed or something. Let's say they owe $10,000. Or this is any type of property. The mortgage is $10,000. So look at this. So we got the ARV, we got the investor's profit, we got the rehab cost, we got your assignment fee, then we have how much they owe on the property. So now, and then we deduct that 2,000. We deduct that 2,000. Well, I deduct that 2,000. So we're looking at, you have to buy the property for around, let me make sure my math's right. That's what I'm saying. It's crazy. The wholesale, you don't have to be a math wizard to make money. I'm not a math wizard. I am not special in any type of way. I'm a normal person, bro. So. So, you would have to buy the property for 33. Simple as that. I don't think my numbers are. You have to buy this property for 33. So, what do? It's simple. Or let's say this is mortgages or tax lien. Boom. Mortgages or tax liens. That's how much. Now, when you're on the phone with a seller, you're gonna ask them, are there any mortgages and tax liens? Some people don't even know they have. Some people don't even know they have tax liens on their property. But the title company will tell you. And if there's a mortgage that they don't know about, or any tax liens, or any type of anything on that, anything on that title that is not right, and the escrow officer, who's the escrow officer, the person who handles your deal, the escrow officer comes and tells you, you can go back and renegotiate with the seller. You can say, well, you owe $10,000 in tax liens. Sorry, I didn't know that. Can we deduct the price from $10,000? Could we deduct it $10,000? Yeah. Simple as that. Now, what did I do? This is the ARV. This is the ARV. This is the investor's profit, the fixer flipper's profit, rehab costs, your profit, the mortgages and tax and liens on the property, then an extra 2,000, 33. I think that math's off. I think it's like 34. The math's off. But you get the gist of it. You get the gist of it 100%. I know you get the gist of it. So that's how mortgages and pre-foreclosed works. In the title company. That's basically the whole spiel about the title company. And the title company is the mediator. So your title company is the mediator. She's the person who talks to the seller. She's the person who's there on closing. She is all that. He or she is all that. They are what makes the deal come together. So you can kind of, just talk to the escrow officer. Tell her, can you call the seller and tell her good things about me? It's good to have a good relationship. That's one thing about local wholesaling. When you're locally wholesaling, you're gonna have a good relationship, and you're probably gonna use the same title company for years. When you're virtual wholesaling, you varies. You go from state to state. I mean, you don't move markets that much. You might use the same person over in the same market, but that's how that works now. Virtual, I advise that you don't move from state to state. You pick a state, you pick somewhere, and you stay with it, and you stick with the same market. That's what local wholesaling too. Well, you have to stick with the same market, but yeah. That's basically how it works. Then on the day of closing, you can show up if you want to. You don't have to show up. I'm going to teach you, if you're virtual, what to do if you don't show up. But you can simply... You don't have to show up, especially if it's far, if it's local. You really don't have to show up. You can be on the phone or call your escrow officer to make sure that everything went right. It's gonna be and you can write. I use Ask Flipmans. He has directions that you can send the escrow officer. It's gonna be in the link down below, but it's gonna be basically what to do. Give this amount of money here, give this, you know what I mean? But the escrow officer will know too, but you can also have it in writing what to do. Wholesale, how the wholesalers deal, what to do. Straight like that. But on the day of closing, the seller gets their money. The fix and flipper gets the property, gets the title, and then you get your cut. Straight like that, man. Straight like that. And the title company, well, the title company does charge, but it's after you do the deal. So, yeah, you're probably asking that. Well, no, they don't charge to do title searches. If you send them a contract, they don't charge. They only charge after. I don't know exactly how much it is because title companies do vary. But in most assignment contracts, you can put that cash buyer pays all closing costs or buyer pays all closing costs. And even if you do have to pay some of the closing costs, you know that you got that. That's why I use that extra $2,000 to help towards it. That way it doesn't take from your wholesale profit. Straight like that. So that's the whole spiel on title companies. Yeah.